All right, let's dive into a book that has genuinely changed the game for so many people, Atomic Habits by James Clear. Today, we're going to break down the big ideas from this incredible book and see how they can work for you.
So, first things first, let's talk about something we've all been taught our whole lives. This idea that to get big results, you need to set these massive, earth-shattering goals. Well, James Clear calls that what it is, a myth.
I mean, just think about it for a second. The last time you wanted to make a big change in your life, maybe get in shape or learn a new skill, did you immediately feel that pressure to go big or go home? To come up with some huge dramatic plan?
Yeah, that's kind of our default setting, isn't it? We think that huge success has to come from some massive, heroic action. You know the drill. New Year's resolutions to hit the gym 7 days a week, or completely throwing out everything in your fridge. And what almost always happens? We crash and burn. Okay, so this is where James Clear comes in and just flips that whole idea on its head. He introduces us to a much smarter and frankly much more effective way of thinking, the power of starting small. What if real, lasting change wasn't about that one heroic effort at all? What if it was about the combined effect of hundreds of tiny, almost unnoticeable decisions you make every single day? That's the core question here, and the answer is a total game changer. And this is what he calls them, atomic habits. The word atomic here is just perfect. Think about it. An atom is one of the smallest things imaginable, but it's also the source of unbelievable power. That's exactly what these habits are. A tiny, tiny change that builds and compounds over time into something life-altering. This quote really gets to the heart of it all. It's not about the one big moment. It's about all the little moments. It's like compound interest for your life. You make a small deposit every day, and at first you barely notice a difference, but give it time and the growth is just incredible. And when he says small, he means really small. I mean, look at these examples. 2 push-ups, waking up 5 minutes early. It sounds almost ridiculous, right? But here's the genius of it. Anyone can do 2 push-ups. It's so easy that you can't talk yourself out of it. You're not trying to get ripped on day 1. You're just trying to master the art of showing up. You build the habit first, and then you can worry about getting better later. So this all sounds great in theory, but how do you actually put it into practice? Well, the book is packed with super practical tools, basically a set of life hacks to get you started. He gives us a few brilliant ones. You've got habit stacking, which is just attaching a new habit you want to start to one you already do. So maybe after you brush your teeth, you read 1 page of a book. Then there's the awesome 2-minute rule. Whatever new habit you want to start, scale it down so it takes less than 2 minutes to do. And finally, the Goldilocks zone. You want to work on things that are not too hard, not too easy, but just right to keep you motivated. And here's the best part. The goal of all these tools isn't to force you to rely on willpower, because we all know how quickly that can run out. No, the idea is to design your life and your environment so that the good habits become almost automatic, the easiest and most obvious choice to make. Now, I know what you might be thinking. This all sounds good, but is it just feel-good fluff? Nope, not at all. This whole system is grounded in some pretty solid science. Clear really dives into the psychology and neuroscience behind how our brains actually form habits. Once you understand how your brain is wired, you can start to use that wiring for you instead of letting it work against you. And hey, the proof is in the pudding. The book is filled with stories of people at the absolute top of their fields. We're talking Olympic athletes, industry-leading CEOs, brilliant scientists who all use these exact same principles to achieve incredible things. It's no wonder this book has gotten so much praise. Even Mark Manson, the author of The Subtle Art, calls it supremely practical and useful. And he's right. This isn't just a book you read. It's a manual you actually use. Adam Grant says pretty much the same thing, calling it the guide you need. That's exactly what it is, a step-by-step playbook for systematically getting rid of the habits that hold you back and building the ones that will propel you forward. Okay, so let's pull all this together. What does this massive shift in thinking really mean for you and the goals you have for your own life? This right here, this comparison, is the whole shebang. The old way is all about staring at that distant finish line. The Atomic Habits way? Just focus on getting 1% better today. Forget about waiting for some huge burst of motivation. Instead, you rely on tiny, easy steps that build momentum. The result is you don't burn out, you build a system that actually works, and more importantly, that lasts. So if you walk away with anything from this, let it be these key points. 1, real lasting change comes from the small things you do consistently. 2, never ever underestimate the power of that compound effect. 3, use the simple, practical tools in the book to make it easy on yourself. And finally, just remember that these small, seemingly insignificant changes can and will lead to truly revolutionary results in your life. And that really brings us to the final, most important point. The message of Atomic Habits isn't just an interesting idea, it's an invitation. It's a challenge to stop waiting for the perfect time or for inspiration to strike. Instead, it's about asking yourself a very simple question. What is one tiny change I can make, one 1% improvement right now? Because that little decision in this very moment, that's where everything begins.